I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And we have the first of our Lost Caverns of Ixalan spoilers. So, starting off, we got the full art lands, which have the very much Ixalan feel to them. The Mesoamerican type of vibe. Then we'll start off with the Welcome to the Jurassic Park cards, which is going to be part of this because, Ixalan is dinosaurs. And there's lots of dinos in Ixalan. So for 2 green and 1, you get an Enchantment Saga, Welcome to, for each opponent, up to 1 target non-creature artifact they control becomes a 0/4 wall artifact with Defender for as long as you control this saga. And you, Chapter 2, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample, gains haste until end of turn. And then Chapter 3, destroy all walls, exile the saga, and return to the battlefield. Transformed, which means it transforms into Jurassic Park, a legendary land that transforms from Welcome to. Each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. And you tap it to add green mana for each dinosaur you control. Then you have Ian Malcolm Chaotician. A blue and a red and 1 for 2/2 legendary human scientist. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, that player exiles the top card of their library. During each player's turn, that player may cast a spell from among cards they don't own, exiled with Ian Malcolm Chaotician. And mana of any type may be spent to cast it. So that's kind of a weird thing. Might fit well kind of in like a Commander Raid setting. In Dominous Rex Alpha. So 2 hybrid blue-black, 2 green, and 1 for a 6/6 legendary dinosaur mutant. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of creature cards. It enters the with a flying counter on it. If a card discarded this way has flying. Same is true for a first strike, double strike, death touch, hexproof, haste, indestructible, lifelink, menace, wreath, trample, and vigilance. So this thing can, if you've got a handful of cards that have all those keyword abilities, yeah, you're in Dominous Rex. You get a 6/6 dinosaur for 5, and you can have it all sorts of different evergreen abilities. Hoo-ha. Then we have Watley, Poet of Unity. Of course, Watley is from the plane of Ixalan. So it's a green and 2 for a 2/3 legendary human warrior bard. It enters the battlefield. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle. And for 2 hybrid red-white and 3, you can exile her and turn transformed in activate only as a sorcery. So it becomes an enchantment saga. Create 3/3 green dinosaur creature tokens. or the 5th people games creatures you control have tap to add red, green, or white. Chapter 3, search your library for a dinosaur card. Reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle. Chapter 4, dinosaurs you control have gain double strike and trample till end of turn. Youch. More dino love. Then we have Breach's Eager Pillager. It's a red and 2 for a 3/3 Goblin Pirate with first strike. Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Either create a treasure token, target creature can't block this turn, or exile the top card of your library and you may play it this turn. So, hoo-ha! Pirate love. That was a big thing in the original Ixalan block. Then we have the Skull Spore Nexus, which is a beefy 2 green and 6. This for a legendary artifact. Spell costs X to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Whenever one or more non-token creatures die, create a green Fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness equals to the total power of those creatures. Ew. You can pay 2 and tap it and double target creature's power until end of turn. Well, I saw some spoilers that Fungus is going to be a big thing as well. Okay, this is Ojar Attack, Deepest Might. 2 red and 2 for a 4/4 legendary god with trample. The red source you control would deal amount of non-combat damage less than Ojar Attack's power to an opponent. That source deals damage equal to Ojar Attack's power instead. So your little 1 damage spells or abilities get turned into what's equal to Ojar Attack's power, which is base power of 4. So that's hoo-ha. When he dies, return to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. Become Temple of Power, a land. Tap it to add a red mana or pay a red and 2 and transform it back in that Ojar Attack. Activate only if red sources you control dealt 4 or more non-combat damage this turn and only as a sorcery. Well, that's fun, especially for burn decks. Except we have Galta, Stampede Tyrant. A beefy 3 green and 5, but you get a 12/12 legendary elder dinosaur with trample. When he enters the battlefield, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Hoo-ha! Load your hand up with creatures and just drop this dude. Better be careful if you have haste out there. Concordant Crossroads, anyone? Crunchy. Okay, this is Cavern of Soul, which is another reprint of makes sense in this set. Though it's been reprinted a lot lately. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Now, tribal is always been big in the Ixalan blocks, so that this card makes sense to be in this set, especially since it's caverns. This is the cavern. So tap it to add a colorless mana, or tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend that mana. Only cast a creature spell of the chosen type, and that spell can't be countered. Then we have Kellen, Daring Traveler. So, white and 1 for a 2/3 legendary human fairy scout. He has an adventure, journey on, create X map tokens where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who control an artifact. Now, we'll explain more about maps later, but maps are things that allow you to explore. And explore is a new mechanic in this set. Whenever Kellen's Daring Traveler attacks, reveal the top card of your library. It's a creature card with mana value 3 or less. Put it into your hand, otherwise you may put it into your graveyard. Here's the one of the basic planes. And next up is a cycle of lands, uncommon cycle of lands for this set, the courtyards. They are cave lands, and this is going to be important later on. So the cave lands, they come into the battlefield tapped, they add the appropriate colored mana, and you pay that colored mana and 4, and you can sacrifice them to discover, and you activate it only as a sorcery. So discover is you exile cards from the top of your library to exile non-land card with mana value of the discover cost or less, which in this case is going to be 4. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in random order. So you have the hidden courtyard, the hidden cataract for blue, the hidden necropolis for black, the hidden volcano for red, and the hidden nursery for green. And there are some more of the basic lands. Next up, we have Sahili, Sun's Brilliance. Now, Sahili lost her spark during the aftermath of the Phyrexian invasion. But here, she's a blue and a red for a 2/2 legendary human artificer. Pay blue and red, tap her, create a token that's a copy of another target creature artifact you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Excuse my coughing. Then we have what I believe is a really good inclusion into this set. Quintus Kent, although he is from Strixhaven, he was all about archaeology and discovering new things. So he's an absolute winner to be the Planeswalker for this set. He's a red, a white, and 3 for a 4 loyalty legendary Planeswalker Quintus. He has a passive ability whenever you cast a spell from exile. Quintus can deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. So his +1 loyalty, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. That's part and parcel of the whole school of mages he was a part of. So that's flavor there. And then you have -3 loyalty is Discover 4, which is basically you exile cards from the top of your library. 4 cards from the top of your library. So you exile a non-land card with mana value 4 or less. And you play that card for free, which sets off his passive. And a -6 loyalty, exile any number of target cards from your graveyard. That red mana for each card exiled this way. And you may play those cards from this turn, which will, again, set off his passive ability. So he definitely is very useful. Then we have Abuelo Ancestral Echo, a white and blue and 1 for a 2/2 legendary spirit with flying and ward 2. Pay a white and blue and 1, and you can exile target creature or artifact you control, turn to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So a blank mechanic and can be used consistently. So that's kind of cool. Then we have a new version of Vito. Vito, Fanatic of Alcazatz. A white, black, and 2 for a 4/4 vampire demon with flying. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, gain 2 life. This is the first time this ability is resolved this turn. The second time, each opponent loses 2 life. It's the third time, create a 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token with flying. Hoo-ha. Then we have Ojar Attack. Deepest Foundation. Kind of beefy 2 white and 4 for a 6/6 legendary god with vigilance. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, create 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead. That's better than Mondrak. Pairing this with Mondrak is absolutely disgusting. When Ojar Attack dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. So it becomes Temple of Civilization. You can tap it to add a white mana, or pay a white and 2 and transform it. And only if you've attacked with 3 or more creatures this turn, and only as a sorcery. You have Restless Prairie, which is another of the manlands that was started in Wilds of Eldraine. It enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it to add green and white. Pay green, white, and 2, and it becomes a 3/3 white llama, green and white llama creature token until end of turn. It's still a land. When it attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. So fun. Here is another, pardon the yawning, creature that, not creature, but card that was a reprint that people were clamoring about. But it's, it came from the original Ixalan block, and it seems nice to put it back in here. So, Growing Rights of Ixalan. A green and 2 for a legendary enchantment that reads, when Growing Rights of Ixalan enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. When you reveal a creature card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform Growing Rights of Ixalan. So it transforms into Cradle of the Sun, which is a legendary land. Tap to add a green mana, or tap it, add a green mana for each creature you control. So green weenie, green elves, stuff like that. Yeah, this is going to be a fun card. Then we have a new version of Malcolm. Malcolm, Alluring Scoundrel. For a blue and 1, you get a 2/1 legendary Siren Pirate. Has Flash. Whenever Malcolm, Alluring Scoundrel deals combat damage to a player, put a chorus counter on it. Draw cards and discard a card. If there are 4 or more chorus counters on Malcolm, you may cast discarded card without paying its mana cost. So, hoo-ha, card draw, free spells in blue. That's just bad all the way around. So we're at 20 minutes. We're going to say, hoo-ha, we'll see you on the next video.